Ton sound.
Okay.
It's also make the application. Agency is doing some few documents.
Okay, Moses, I think we should be able to have by 27th of this month. That should be next week. Next week Thursday, right? If I'm correct.
Oh, okay, sure. Good. Thank you.
I hope that one works with you. Please apologize for the inconvenience around not getting to reach you out on time.
That's fine. If anything comes up, I'll let you know, but I think that will be okay with me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Obviously, you can join us in this case, please. Thank you for coming to join us this season.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I think our speaker is here. Thank you, Ma, for joining me. Like I said, today is going to be an exciting season for everyone, and I want to welcome our honorable speaker, She's the founder of 15E International Foundation. She leads a non-profit dedicated to promoting environmental health and sustainability. Under her leadership, she has completed statistical functions in narration, promoting climate education, conservation, restoration, and waste management. She has been featured in platforms like CNN, Al Jazeera, BBC, and she remains a global advocate for sustainability. So please make welcome to our honorable speaker. Please, can you give out emojis to welcome her to join us this season?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Do I have to put on my camera?
Yep, sure, ma'am. We want to see your beautiful face.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see me, but if you can, please let me know.
Oh, we can see you.
Oh, great. All right. Thank you so much for having me on your program. Thank you so much. I want to believe I'm speaking with Chioma. So sorry. Adaize, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's it. Okay, great. Thank you so much for inviting me to your program. I understand this is Cohort 2. What a great work that you're doing. I really do appreciate the kind of work your organization do. We're so proud of you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Ma, for coming.
You're welcome. So, do I just delve into the program right away? To the class?
Yeah, sure. If you have a slide, you can share.
Yes, I can. I do have a slide to share. Okay. Let me know. Daisy, let me know if you can see my slide.
Sure, ma. Yes. You can see your slide.
It's obvious now because I can't see it here. So I'll just go ahead with the class now, right?
Sure, ma.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is David. I'm happy to be facilitating this class on I mean, what other class I have said yes to this busy hour of mine. Right? So I want to thank you for giving the opportunity to speak at the whole Afri-Learn management team. Thank you so much. So today we will be delving into the introduction of circular economy. I want to believe that we have young people in this class. Could you please introduce yourself? I just need three bold people to introduce themselves, and then I can start with my class. You mean we don't have bold people?
Hi, good evening, ma.
Daniel, good. Go ahead.
My name is Hussein, and I am a student and a climate researcher.
Student of where?
Federal University, Lokoja.
Okay.
I'm a student of
Federal, okay. Federal University in Lokoja. Very bold student today. Who is the second bold student? Or bold young person?
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, my name is Prince Timothy Woko. I agricultural and Hello?
Say that again. Prince.
Yes, I said my name is Prince Timothy Wokuma, a graduate student, agricultural and bioresource engineering. Yes.
Wow. Agriculture and
University of Nigeria and Super.
Wow, nice. University of the whole of Nigeria. Wow.
Yes.
And the Prince of where? The Prince of
Yes.
Really?
I'm originally from River State.
So you're a prince in River State?
Not really. More of a name.
Now I get you. Okay, thank you, Prince Timothy. So can I have the third person? You mean the girls are not having it today?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Oh, finally I hear a woman's voice, a lady's voice.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Tinuala Anuluwako.
Okay.
I'm a graduate of Federal University of Ekiti.
Federal University of Ekiti. Wow. What did you study?
Electrical and electronics engineering.
That's so cool. Nice. Great. So I just wanted some sort of introduction. Oh, do we have the fourth person? Fourth lady? Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Akia. I'm in Somalia. I'm so fascinated to study something about climate change. My field, my background field was environmental health. So thank you so much.
Wow, we have an environmental health specialist. Okay, from Somalia. Thank you so much. I think that will be all for now. I just wanted us to have some feel. Don't worry, those of you that have not introduced yourself, I'm sure by the time we finish, before we finish our class today, you would have the opportunity to also introduce yourself and let me know who you are, okay? So thank you to the following people that has introduced: Daniel, Prince, Rukaya, and Oluwapo. Thank you. So we'll just delve straight into the class. Circular economy. I like this class to be very, very interactive. So you don't have to open up your mic except you have very important thing to share. I need you to use your reactions as much as possible, okay? Your emojis, all right? Let me raise your hand if you want to ask a question. You know, just react with your emojis, okay? That would be a great way to get started. So now, first question: have you heard about circular economy before? Just do it. Thumbs up. Yes, yes. No, no. No. Okay. Who else? No. Uh-oh. Really? Wow. Okay. No. Third no. Wow. Okay. Fourth no. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I'm happy to be the one who is going to be introducing you to circular economy this afternoon. All right. So let's just go into the class. Now, what is circular economy? I'll just explain it in a very beautiful way that you understand, right? A circular economy is an economic system. Just picture Nigeria or picture Somalia, the way it is right now. An economic system that is very focused on removing waste, keeping the resources in as long as possible, in use for as long as possible, and making some sort of enterprise or commerce from it. I'll take it up again. Circular economy is an economic system aimed at eliminating waste, reducing waste, repurposing waste, recycling waste, upcycling waste, and keeping that resource. You see, waste translated into resource, because I'm no longer using waste, I'm now seeing it as a resource. Keeping it in use for as long as possible, and also making sure it is befitting for commerce. So if you understand that definition, you would see that I transition from waste to resource and to enterprise or commerce. The reason is that the circular economy needs to be seen as an economy whereby everything human beings generate, whatever you generate as a human being, is not waste. So take, for example, I take a bottle of water and I finish using it. I do not have to drop it in the dustbin because it is not what? Waste. It is a resource that another enterprise is looking forward to as a raw material. If I take my textile waste, I'm so tired of this Ankara, I'm so tired of this material, I just want to throw it away. So in circular economy, there's nothing called away. There's nothing you're throwing away. Everything in the circular economy is being reused, repurposed, recycled, and the likes. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to still get to where we need to understand those 5, the principles of sustainability or circular economy. So in this economy, we don't talk trash, we don't talk about waste, we only see our waste as a resource. How many of you can see the picture in slide 2? What does it represent? What can you see? Is it waste? You can just drop a message. Is it waste? Daniel, can you see waste? Is it waste? No. Why do you think it's not waste? I know Oluwapo. No. Daniel says it is waste. Okay. Anu, why do you think it's not waste? based on what I just said or I just explained. Well, you told me you're bold. So what's going on? You told me you're bold by responding to me at the first question. So why are you not talking again? This can be reused for commas. Thank you so much. I like that. Good. It is not waste because it can be used for commerce. It can be used, it can be recycled, it can be upcycled. This is something, this material you're looking at that you think that is waste, Daniel, is somebody else's resource that is going to use and recycle into hangers, buckets, pails, different things, jerry cans. This is a raw material for another person. Now, what are the key features you see in a circular economy? You see that you see a closed loop system where resources are continually recycled rather than discarded. This is a closed loop system. This PET bottle cover here shows us that, the fact that it's even gathered together in such a beautiful way, so colorful, so clean, shows you that this enterprise or this person has actually gone through the process of sourcing for all of these PET bottle covers, washing them, drying, also took another step in taking a quick photograph, and then ready to be processed. So you see that close loop where nothing goes into waste. Nothing is termed as trash. Nothing is termed as garbage. Nothing is termed as discarded. There is nothing called away, because when you throw something away, it must get somewhere. It must land somewhere. So that's one of the key features you would understand when we talk about circular economy. Waste is a resource in a circular economy. We look at our waste materials as a resource. For example, before this class, I munched on mangoes, right? And all of the mangoes, the peel will be going into a bin called the compost bin. The compost bin will be processed for the next 90 days to 100 days, and it would give me something called compost. How? It has gone through a circular economic process and gotten through rot, recycling, and now giving me a beautiful, refined, organic gold called compost. Now, this compost is going to help me grow my food at home without toxic chemicals, fertilizers, chemicals in the likes of fertilizers and pesticides that is being churned on our food by our farmers on a daily. The compost is going to help me build my soil structure that is depleting and degrading every day and rapidly. The compost is also going to help me grow organic rich food that would not allow me to visit the hospital. Why? Because I'm eating natural food right from my own garden, in my own home, right? And inside my own belly, right? That's a closed loop system whereby those mango peels or yam peels or banana peel or brown paper or whatever all of those materials that you use for compost do not end up in the landfill. They don't end up in the dustbin. We compost them so that they can become a resource. That's what I'm trying to say here. A resource for the farmers or for home gardeners. The same thing with PET bottles. Your PET bottles can be recycled and turned into a beautiful t-shirt. Your PET bottles can be recycled and turned into the women's braid, the attachment they use for braiding their hair. Waste is no longer seen as waste, but a resource. So you see, waste from the process becomes an input, a resource for another. So you might not be in the line of business, or as a recycler, or you might not be in the green business, or you don't have green skills. So majorly things that you use are always categorized as waste, but you categorize that waste, somebody else categorizes it as resource. That is a circular economy feature. Another last one is eco-innovation. I like to call it eco-innovation, but it simply means eco-innovation. These are businesses and industries that are designed that design products and services with sustainability and circular economy in mind. So you see things like, for example, at the foundation where I work, the FAME International Foundation, we have what we call the compost tumbler. The compost tumbler was an innovation by me, based on many things that I have seen all over, in my little years, of existence. I developed a compost tumbler that would enable households, be very, that will enable households compost their waste easily. That's an eco-innovation. Another eco-innovation is where you see a PET bottle, an Ottoman made from a plastic bottle or a plastic paint bucket. Those are eco-innovations. There's so many other eco-innovations, and I'm sure you also have some examples that you have seen before now. Now, before the circular economy, we used to have a linear economy, and it is still in existence because many of us still practice it. Now, what is this linear economy? Linear economy is an economy where you take from the environment, you use it, and then you trash it. That's a linear economy. There's a whole lot of billions and trillions of dollars that is being used or churned out to mop up what you have discarded. While in the circular economy, that money is usually channeled into eco-innovation so that we can be able to make use of our waste, see them as a resource, and become innovative to prefer solutions to environmental problems that is affecting you and I all over the world. So the linear economy removes resources from the environment. I'll take that again. Make use of them by producing goods, consumes them, and then dispose as waste. So let's take for example yam. Or yes, let's take for example yam. Yams are produced from the ground, right? So when we harvest our yam, what do? We either boil them, fry them, roast them, right? And then where does it go? We eat it. After eating, what happens to the peel of the yam? We dispose it. But circular economy thinks otherwise. Circular economy says that peel of yam can actually be dried in the sun and converted into a powdery meal. So I'm trying to remember what it's called now. Amala in Yoruba in Nigeria, we call it amala. It's a powdery swallow. It's a swallow. So the first time I heard that, I'm like, really? But that's it. But for me, before I heard that, I've been composting my yam peels, putting it into the compost pile so that it can bring me organic rich gold called compost. Right? Another, so now circular economy now teaches otherwise and says you need to reduce it, the waste that you generate, you need to reuse, and you need to recycle. So this is the 3 R's that many people are very familiar with, but we have something else added to the 3 R's, which is rot. So before recycle, which is the last R, let me put it here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to make it in caps. Okay. So this is the 5R principle or circular economic principles that we actually follow at the Faith International Foundation, and some sustainability champions both internationally and locally as well. You refuse it. Refuse anything called waste in your life. Refuse the fact that people, make you want to waste. Refuse it from the store. Refuse it from the grocery store. Refuse it from the market. Refuse it from your pharmacy. Refuse it. Just refuse anything waste. That's the first step. When you talk about, that's the first step to take when you talk about circular economy. Then the second step is to reduce as much as possible. Reduce the kind of plastic that you use. Why don't you buy a Seaway refill bottle than the single-use plastic bottle? Today I visited the German embassy today, and they already got me water in a glass. That was really nice. But then again, I said, oh, thank you. I have my water in my reusable bottle. And I'm like, oh, you got prepared. Yes, I'm always prepared for, whenever I'm going out, I make sure that I have a reusable, but just in case I'm a woman, I might just want to buy mango because mango is the season. So I would not get the nylon bag from the vendor. I'd rather say, hey, put it in my reusable bag. So when I get home, I wash it again, I put it back, I dry it, I put it back in my car. The same thing goes with my bottle. Every morning I have to look for my bottle and say, okay, where's my bottle? Wash it again and put in my water from the refill tank. And that's it, I'm up for the day. I'm not wasting. I bring my bottle back, I wash it again, I take it over again, I remove it, I wash it. I keep using my bottle. I'm using my bottle, this particular bottle, for over a year. I have several bottles now because people get to give me as a gift because they know that I love reusable bottles. Reduce is what we are talking about. So let's reduce as much as possible waste in our lives. Reuse, I think I also mentioned reuse when I was doing my explanation, how you can begin to reuse over and over again. Rot is another name for composting, where we need to compost our waste materials, recycle our waste materials, and then it turns into a compost for us for food security. And then lastly is recycling. So when you have done all the four, and you still feel that this waste is still persistent, then you recycle by taking it to a recycling hub close to you. And these days when you recycle, you get a recycle reward, particularly with Tidy Nigeria, which is an arm of Faith International Foundation that helps to trade waste for cash. Another thing you would see in the circular economy is that it helps you to design out waste. What do I mean by that? So you're designing a product. You need to ensure that this product, will it cause waste? Will it cause waste at the end of the day or not? So you need to now begin to, that's where your innovation now comes into play. You need to start designing your product to ensure that it does not generate waste. And even if it does generate waste, how can you help your consumer extend the product life? Through repairing, repurposing, and that's why some hours, elongate into 10 hours of sustainability or circular economy. So you have, repurpose, you have repair, you have repeat. And that's how you design out your waste, or you design your products. So it helps you to recycle material or regenerate natural systems. Now, what's the key difference that you must take home today? A circular economy focuses on regenerative design, while the linear economy leads to resource depletion. And research says that resources are not so much anymore. So if we're going to live another 100 years, 200, 300, or 400 years, it is important that every one of us begin to, participate in the circular economy, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. It goes like that in a circle. Nothing goes to waste. So that our generation, the next generation, and the next generation can partake of the goodies that God has given to us on earth. So I'll round off that definition by saying that a secular economy offers a transformative approach to addressing the three planetary crises. If you have not heard about that before, now you know. There is a three planetary crisis: the climate change, the biodiversity loss, and pollution, and waste, of course. And this we have to do by fundamentally changing how we produce, how we eat, how we consume, how we take, how we make, and then how we dispose our resources. You see here, I didn't say waste. We don't dispose waste anymore. We have to be conscious of how we dispose our resources. I'm looking at the time. Unlike the traditional linear economy, which follows a take, make, and then dispose into the landfill model, the circular economy helps you to create a closed loop system where all resources are kept in use for as long as possible. Waste is minimized and natural systems are regenerated. I don't think I put the picture of the tire waste that we make. So because that's another example of circular economy. So many of us go to the mechanic or the roadside, what do you call them now? The roadside, those who help us with tires. What is their name again? Can somebody remind me? Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Anuoluwapo. The vulcanizers. Thank you. So many of us who have cars, would go to the vulcanizer. Say, oh, change this car, and then the vulcanizer say, oh, there's a hole inside. You have to buy a new tire, and then you don't know what happens to that tire, do you? Many of us don't know what eventually happens to that tire. Most of the tires are always on the streets, inside our drainages, in our gutters. Sometimes it is even used as jungle justice, right? I will never forget the story of the three Port Harcourt boys. That was a gory movie that I heard, that I watched, and it gave me much more focus in ensuring that we do not have tires on our road, particularly in Lagos State. And I'm very happy that the Lagos State government has taken it upon themselves, and now rarely will you see tires on the road of Lagos State, particularly in some areas, right? And this is how we were able to do that. We began to use tires as planters in the garden. We started using tires as furniture, tables and chairs. We started using tires as part of the island to stop erosion. So we suddenly needed more tires, right? And I would also want to mention and appreciate the work of the geocycle team of Lafarge, who now use tire for their clean. That's very important for me, and even the fashion waste that is so enormous in the waste stream. So these are the things and the ways by which you can become, for the geocycle of Lafarge came up with that eco-innovation that I was talking about earlier, to begin to use all those waste materials for their clean. Now, I think I have mentioned more of the principles of circular economy when I was talking in my second slide or my third slide, and I just explained it a little bit more here. Refuse, do not accept to use or take on non-eco-friendly products or materials. Reduce, minimize resource extraction and consumption. Reuse, extend the life cycle of products through recycling and repurposing. Rot, which is also called compost, turn waste into an organic rich nutrient for the soil and the plant. Then 5, which I said was the last, recycle, convert waste into new materials and products. And I told you about the fact that yes, I have made a new product, it will not go to waste. Why? Because we have made provision for refurbishment. You have made provision for repairs. You have made provision for regeneration. You have made provision for us as consumers to repeat. Who can tell me the last R? One intelligent climate ambassador or climate champion. Can somebody tell me the last R? It doesn't have to be something that you have seen somewhere. Just think about it. We've been talking of we've been talking about reuse, rot, recycle, refurbish, repair, regenerate. What do you think is repeat? What's the last R? All right, go on. Abdul Hadi. I hope I got that well and I did not murder your name. You can open up your mic, tell me your name, and answer the question. You raised your hand. Abdul Hadi, is it because I didn't spell your name well? No. Hi.
No, ma'am. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing? I think the last is a cycle.
Nah,
Can you hear me?
recycle is number 5. Yes, I can hear you.
A
Tell me
cycle.
your name.
My name is Abdullah from Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Abdul Hadi. Thank you.
Yes. It's a 3R that we have, which is reuse, reduce, and recycle.
All right, thank you very much. We have been talking about refuse as well, reduce, reuse, rot, and recycle. And I wanted to give me the last 10R. Prince, did you raise your hand? Thank you, Abdul Hadi. You can mute your mic now. Who else wants to try? Somebody was raising their hands earlier.
Okay.
Prince,
Yeah,
okay,
that's an R that's not part of the that is not part of the 7 listed here, right?
That's not part of the 9 listed. Yeah, I mentioned 9 already.
Okay. Is it reestablished? Might it be it?
Tell me. Just came up with an arrow. Tell me, what do you reestablish? Okay, now I want to hear from you. Are you sure you don't do that?
Wait, no, I'm actually using my phone now, so I can see them on the screen.
Yes, but I've been talking about repair, and I also mentioned repeat. So you want to tell me the last R?
Okay.
That's an assignment. That's going to be an assignment. You are going to tell me on my LinkedIn. Everybody, I want to know the last R from you all. I can no longer see my slide. Okay, it's back on. Okay, you can mute your mic now. So I'm not going to tell you the number 10 R. I want you to find out yourself. It is an assignment. And Adeze, please make sure that our climate champions, I don't know, what's your name? Give that assignment on my LinkedIn page. Thank you. So let's go back to our learning. Now, this is a real-world example of circular economy business model. This is Mr. Austin, one of our staffs at FABE, teaching young people how to convert this pet bottle into an ottoman. It is a furniture, a low seat. You can use it as a footstool, you can use it as a chair or a seat or something. Once it's covered up, you can no longer see that this thing was made from PET bottles or had some elements of PET bottles. This is what we call upcycling. It is what we call upcycling, reuse. Number 3 here. It is what we call reuse or repurposing. And when you define upcycling, it is the creative reuse of waste materials into functional products of high environmental value. So you see business models like products as services. So you see something like the Philips lighting services, or there's a solar service that is being used in Nigeria today. I can't remember their name, that's why I didn't put their names there. There's a solar service system whereby with the epileptic supply of electricity in some parts of Nigeria today, everybody is kind of looking at solar as an alternative to power or to energy, right? So that's kind of a service, a product as a service. Another product as a service example would be using your what's it called now? I'm trying to remember this. Okay, I'm going to give you that example before I end this session today. Another business model would be sharing economy. Many of us use Uber. Uber was the first example of a sharing economy, and then we now started having Taxify. I don't mention all of them. So these are just platforms that allow sharing and maximizing of their resource. You know, the fact that we're carpooling, right? And people are sharing homes as well. So we do that a lot when we travel abroad. We don't want to go to an hotel. We just want to stay somewhere that feels like home, like, you know, home away from home. You know, you get somebody, hey, I would like to come and spend so time with you, and then they give you one particular area to just lodge. You know, sharing that capacity. You're not even paying as much as possible. It's called the A and B, business model that people have. They just take small money, you know, to just to take care of facility and all of that. Let me check. Slides are changing, not changing. Please, can you click on the slideshow? This will make the slide bold. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just seeing your message. You know, I've just been very busy presenting. Okay, is it better now? Is it bolder? All right, all right. Sorry about that. So you also have the manufacturing, refurbishing, you know, where people can take back the products that they have sold out. So I see Adidas. I see Adidas doing that now. You know, Adidas. Maybe we can use the slideshow. Okay, let me see. So one thing I have done for this class is that whenever we're using a Google Meet, because I use that a lot at the foundation, you cannot present straight from your laptop or Google Meet. It has to be from your drive. So I decided to make sure it's on my drive before I show. So how do you think? How do you see it now? Is it better? I see the love emoji and I see, okay, great. You mean everybody wanted it like this since you did not talk? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So good. Okay. Now it's very sensitive. Ouch. Okay. So I know time is very limited now, so I have to move. So I see that with Adidas. So I bought Adidas. I got Adidas an Adidas trainers from London, and I realized that it was made from plastic. And I was also told that if I have any kind of wear and tear, I can bring it back. Ooh, I was very happy to hear that, because this is something that used to happen before. But over 20 years or 30 years now, it's never, we didn't see it again. Nothing like bring your clothes, I will exchange it for you, or bring it, I will mend it for you, I will repair it for you. Bring your furniture. After 5 years, we're going to help you to repair it, refurbish it, or your car. You know, we don't see that anymore. Everything is just buy, take, and then dispose. And that is really causing a whole lot of havoc on our environment, particularly affecting our health. Right? And we need to stop that. That's why circular economy is very important. You know, waste to resource initiatives, upcycling waste into new products, like what you are saying. Oh, that's the Adidas shoes. I knew I made that example. You know, Adidas shoes made from ocean plastic, and then Fade Ottoman made from discarded plastic bottles. So what I've been talking and talking. You like, what's the benefit of a circular economy, madam? I'm sure some of you are like, okay, madam, what's the benefit? Yeah, we have economic benefits, money. And we have environmental benefits, we also have social benefits. For the economic benefit, you see that there's a whole lot of cost savings. Let me give you an example. So in my home, I always like to use myself as an example, and because I have done that, right? And I believe people can quickly emulate. So in my home, I have 3 different kinds of bins. One for my compost, I told you earlier. One for my PET bottles, and one for other waste. Now, the one for compost, PET bottles, never gets into the other waste because it is the other waste container or dustbin that the Lagos Waste Management Authority comes to carry. So imagine all these 3 types of waste in just one bin. There will be frequency of collection, right? So Norma can come like 3 times a week. But ever since I begin to apply circular economy in my home, Loma comes once a week, which means why? What does that mean? If Loma usually comes 3 times a week to my home to collect discarded waste, and now it comes once a week, what does that mean? So I don't want to be talking to myself alone. I want to ensure that you all are following. Anoluapo, Stephen, you're saving money. Thank you. Chiwemwe. Thank you. I'm saving it. In fact, I've been saving a lot of money. Reduced costs, which also helps me save money. Thank you. You see what I mean? So those 2 things that we need to channel our energy into circular economy. Because when I reduce my cost and I'm saving money, that means I have money to do other things. Good environmental health. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then we begin to create job opportunity for people. People now begin to see circular economy as a job opportunity, an open door, a green economy where nobody is looking at. And then you begin to take the first mover's advantage. And that's what faith does. We have been enjoying the first mover advantage like over almost 20 years now, because we've been talking about sustainability since 2006, when sustainability was not a thing. But today, almost 20 years after, we found out that organizations have started opening up to sustainability, and the circular economy is now paying us better, because when we start doing our introduction, we're like almost 20 years in this business, so we know how to do it best. And I can tell you for a fact, you're going to save a lot of money. You're also going to make a lot of money, right? And there's going to be a lot of increased efficiency. Environmental benefits, reduce waste, of course, because those 3 bins that I said I have, they are not just dustbin that would be in my household. Another company, a job that has been created because of circular economy will come to my house, collect the plastic, give me money. So this is something Tidy Nigeria does. Tidy Nigeria will come to my home, or I go to Tidy Nigeria and I exchange that plastic waste, carton waste, paper waste, can waste for money. So I'm saving and I'm getting money as well. Right? And then my compost, of course, you already know, my compost goes into the compost bin or tumbler. I make compost for my plants. I eat organic, rich, natural food at home. I have 17 different veggies and herbs in my home. I do not go to the market for anything to buy any kind of vegetable. And that has saved me a whole lot of money, because I hear vegetables are so expensive these days. But hey, I'm not that part of the party. I don't rule in that economy. I don't live in the linear economy. I live in the circular economy where I make more money, right? And just not just making money alone, but what I am having good health, good environment, limited carbon emissions, living a sustainable lifestyle. So, and of course, preserving my biodiversity, the one around me, right? And then lastly, the social benefits, of course, we mentioned it earlier. Improved health, stronger communities, of course, reduce pollution as much as possible. What are those challenges that we face when we begin at the beginning of circular economy lifestyle or journey? What are those barriers, So one of the things is that the first barrier I noticed in this class was that there was lack of awareness on circular economy. So when I said, have you heard about circular economy before? I got a lot of, thumbs down, like, no, I've not heard. I don't know what it is. So that's one of the challenges. That's one of the barriers. And thankfully, AfriLearn has brought this class to you on a platter to enjoy and understand this amazing topic, amazing economy called the circular economy that would help improve your lifestyle, particularly a sustainable lifestyle. Will also help you make a lot of money and also help you save costs, also reduce carbon emission, also reduce pollution as much as possible. Another challenge and barrier is high initial investment costs, which is very true. So when I was producing my innovative compost tumbler, it was initially very expensive. So when you're entering into the circular economy space, it's usually, oh, this is expensive, oh my God. But don't worry, that's the first initial deposit. Expensive as what we are paying for NEPA today. NEPA means, or IKDC, that's what we call the office that regulates energy in Lagos, in Nigeria. We also see a lot of resistance to change from people, from you, from businesses, consumers. Why? Oh, how can I have 3 beans at home? That's number one. I'm sure somebody has already said that in their mind. Who is the person that said this? Because I know I can read minds. So I can read minds. Just be honest enough and say, oh, I actually said it. You said it, Daniel. I caught you. So people like, 3 beans only for what? What do I want to use it? That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Victory, you too, eh? Okay, so you said, are you seeing? Okay, AfriLearn. Are you people seeing the doubters? So, but it's normal. Those are the barriers and the resistance, that we get from people. And at first, just like you have committed to, or you have just told us now, you have what's that word? The word is not coming because people were doubting. Just like we have the doubters now, right? It's good because it helps you wake up to your reality. Like, oh, she caught me then. Yes, I caught you. But what's the next thing? What can you do for your environment? Because this is real. And that's why it's a cost for AfriLearn to bring to you to learn. It is real. Did you know in 65 years' time, there will be no more topsoil on Earth? These are why we are actually composting. We need to compost so that there is abundance of soil. In by 2050, there will be more fishes there will be more plastic in the sea than fishes. Is that the kind of economy you want to live in, where you go into the lagoon to go and into the ocean to go and get fish, and what you are getting is the plastic that you used in 2010? That plastic that you finished and you dropped on the floor, it came back into the net when you wanted to catch fish. Karma can be like that. And then limited government incentives and policies. So thankfully, Lagos, Nigeria has kickstarted a wonderful process of banning single-use plastics. And that's the right step. A good step in the right direction that we have been longing for a long time, particularly for those of us that are into sustainability. So as young leaders, how can you contribute? Particularly the doubters. I see you people, the doubters, or the people who just laughed. How can you contribute to ensuring that you start the circular economy in your home first, before going outside to your school, to your community, to your state, your country, and the world. Begin to talk about it. Talk. Advocate. I'm an advocate for sustainable living, and that is why you see that I would always talk about it at every given time, even if I'm so busy, just like today, right? But I still had time to come to you, to speak to you about the circular economy and how you can become a sustainability champion. Advocate, talk. What you have learned here today, go back home and tell your mommy, tell your daddy, tell your friends, tell your children, tell everybody around you that this is what I heard from Mrs. Okunu. I need to start doing this. We have been able to deploy many of these principles of ours at different levels, different economic strata, different communities, high, low-income communities, and it has worked. Imagine a very high income community in Lekki who used to spend 5 million naira every year for their garden waste. Now, adding our own principle or using our principle, they now spend 0 naira. 0 naira goes to Loma at the end of the year now because of the principle of having all those garden waste composted for the community members to use in their garden. And that's how you begin to make your own money, because when you learn how to compost, people will pay you for your skill. You will also make compost, and you'll be able to sell it to farmers, home gardeners, and to schools. You don't need compost from their farm, their school farms. You'll also be able to make money from the tumbler that you make innovatively. And that brings me to adopt sustainable practices. Because by the time you start doing that, before you know it, you're already living a sustainable lifestyle, because you're talking about it. And when you talk about it, you also walk the talk, not just talk alone. So don't take plastic bottles, put them in a separate bin, recycle them. What about you? What kind of bottle are you using? Are you using a reusable bottle? Are you composting? Are you recycling? Are you upcycling? Then begin to innovate. You're young people, and I know the capacity of innovative solutions that is in your head. Let us channel those innovative solutions into the circular economy, into growing sustainability, rather than any other thing you're using it for that is not profitable. Let us collaborate together. So our organization is open to collaboration with AfriLearn, with all of the young people here. In fact, we have a program called the EcoSchool Engine that we are about to close out on the 27th of March 2025. That's next week, Thursday. And we have young people like you that have come up with innovative ideas. We're going to be hearing them pitch your LinkedIn profile. I hope everybody's on LinkedIn, because that's if you're not on LinkedIn, then I don't know where you are. Or Instagram or your Facebook. What you have learned today, go and share it. You have a lot of following. Let everybody that is following you see, read what you have just shared with them. That way, you are some sort of educating them and advocating for sustainable development. Well, at this point, I'd like us to talk now. Oh, I did so well. Adeze, right? I stopped in 1 hour. It's time for questions and interactive session. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to talk to you about the collaboration between the Coca-Cola and Tidy Nigeria. So, remember number 4 here says collaborate. So Coca-Cola Foundation in Atlanta was looking for a Nigerian organization that will be able to prefer solutions to the plastic bottles that is being discarded on a daily in different countries. Anyway, but in Nigeria, they chose us in 2022. And this is because they wanted to scale up circular economy and sustainability in the Coca-Cola community. And so we gave them a proposal, and we said, hey, let's tidy Nigeria. How do we tidy Nigeria? We're going to be providing recycle bins across communities close to coastal areas around us. And these communities are going to be recycling, closer to them. It's easier for them. They've never heard it before. They've never seen it before. They have to walk long distance and all of that. So we're able to provide that solution to ensuring that Coca-Cola bottle or any other plastic bottle or beverage bottle, does not end up in the ocean or in the dustbin. And that is why Tidy Nigeria helps to ensure that we are recovering plastic bottles from ending up in the dump site. And that's the Coca-Cola story. So does anybody here have a story that encapsulates what we have just learned here today? It's now time to ask question and let us talk. What have you learned so far? What don't you understand? So before I move to my next slide, thank you so much. I'm going to stop now and listen to your feedback.
Okay. Am I audible? I'll just checking my mic. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sumitope. This was a very amazing and engaging section. I must commend you, ma. Thank you so much for engaging this class. And it was a very beautiful presentation we have here. Please feel free to raise your hand, ask questions. You can't tell me after this exciting and amazing lecture there'll be no questions. I wouldn't accept that. If you're making contribution, if you're telling a story, just raise your hand and I'll give you the mic to ask your questions. Okay? Or you can send your questions in the chat. You can send your questions in the chat. I'll be happy to read out so she can answer. Okay, I think Abdul, you're raising your hand. Please, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hello, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, this is a very wonderful and nice presentation. And actually, we learned a lot concerning the circular economy, especially here in northern part of Nigeria. Actually, we all know there is a lot of generation of waste in northern part of Nigeria, and actually, we found out that most of the people in northern part of Nigeria are not managing the waste. Do you understand? And you may find out that maybe in the you may find out there is a lot of the market space. So the issue is that actually now from this knowledge we can able to make like a public awareness program so that we can enlighten the people on the how to dispose the waste. You understand? And also it has to do with some collaboration maybe with some industries. Do you understand? So that maybe they can reduce this plastic waste. Do you understand? So that maybe we can be able to make some movement forward, because if we find out that most of these industries are producing their product with these polythene bags, plastic, do you understand? And also there is no proper way to dispose this product, especially after use. Let me share this thing with you, is that in Kaduna State, actually last month there was initiative for the public toilets. So what they did is that they use this plastic waste for Mirinda, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Do you understand? All these plastic waste, actually, they use them to fill them with sand. You understand? To do a public toilet, so that when you are traveling, you can stop there. Do you understand? To ease yourself, something like that. So you see, this is a kind of the reusing of the this plastic waste, do you understand? So that we can able to reduce the generation of the waste, so that we can enhance the collaboration of the climate change. So that's it. Then my question is that, for example, in a place, do you understand, where, for example, if you look at the Kano metropolis, do you understand, in northern part of Nigeria, actually almost everywhere is filled with this waste. Do you understand? You may see, and most of this waste, though, because by my observation, I can able to understand that most of these wastes are non-degradable. Do you understand? And so what do you think we can do so that to reduce this disposal of waste, especially by the consumers? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you Abdul, for that. I don't know, Ma, did you hear his question? Yes. So he said a lot and gave other examples as well. So example of how I started. So, like I said, in 2006, there was nothing anybody was thinking about sustainability. And what I did was to start in schools. So when I started in schools, I needed the young generation of that time, who are now adults today, and mommies and daddies, to begin to think differently. And I know that we need to start from somewhere. It is that somewhere that you need to start from. Because you can't go and meet the government today and they are going to just bulge. Nope. They need to see examples. I know they see Lagos as an example, but they believe they don't have anybody there that can spearhead projects in that state. So why don't you be the person that they can reach out to? Why don't you be, the go-to person? And how do you be the go-to person? Start learning. Start doing something in your own corner. Money should never be a barrier. You need to start something anyhow. When I was trying to ensure people were growing food at home, I was making use of every container that I find available that I'm not using. It's not that when you go to your kitchen, you will see a lot of plastic that you have not used in 5 years. Anything that you have not used in 5 years, there's no need harboring it at home. It's because you don't need it. If in 5 years you were able to do away with that material, then you can do away with it for life. So I carried all the plastics that are just there. I started making holes underneath and I started growing food. Imagine growing food in Pringles packs. I grew food in Dorito nylon bag, the Dorito bag. I grew food in shoe boxes. I didn't need the shoe box, but it was there, very old, in my cupboard. And I'm like, that's a container, that's a container. Even though people laughed at me, but it was something. But it inspired people. So people are waiting for you so that it inspires them. So and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about educate others earlier. When you share what you have learned today through your social media, through WhatsApp status, through anywhere shareable, your community program, you find out that people begin to see what you're doing and begin to get inspired by it. So I'll say somebody that said, Madam, I just used to watch your status on WhatsApp. That's why I'm reaching out. In fact, Adeze said the same thing. When Adeze reached out to me, she said, Ma, I have curated this class because of what I see you do on LinkedIn, right? So that's why I'm here. So imagine I don't share my story or I don't inspire people. How will Adeze see me today and invite me to come and teach you? Of course, I'll be in my house. Nobody will know me. But I still feel that I'm not even doing enough. Because the German, I told you earlier that I was at the German embassy today, and the consulate was what's the name now? Oh, I can't remember. He was telling me that, Temitope, you need to be more visible. And I'm like, hey, Jesus Christ. So we are not yet visible, So she was even, and then the deputy director was also encouraging me, yeah, we need to. I said, okay, no problem. We'll do more. So I've not even done enough. So not to talk of somebody who is not even sharing at all. So that's what you can do first and foremost, Abdul Hadi. And then you need to be visible. And then you see them calling you. And then when they call you, the wealth of experience that you already have embedded in you, then you'll be able to deliver. And then if you think you need support, remember what I told you earlier about collaboration. That's how you can contribute to a circular economy and sustainability. Then you can call on AfriLand to collaborate. You can call on Faith. We are always open, to collaborate with you. And then we bring all your innovative ideas, bring all your everything that you have in your mind, in your head. We'll put it on the table. Design a program for your state, and that's it. Boom! You have been able to successfully bring your state to a sustainable state. And you're also going to be making money, don't worry.
Sorry for Thank you, ma'am, for answering Abdul. I hope your questions have been answered. We have, I have Daniel. Daniel, raise your hand before. I don't know if you are still interested to ask. And
Okay, thank you, Ma. Sorry, I'm still interested to ask the question. Thank you, Mrs. Nikope, for the class. It was very exciting and enlightening. So my question was concerning. Okay, you're welcome, Ma. Concerning the beans in the house, having 3 of them. You mentioned one of them was for compost, and I wanted to ask. I know the other one will be for plastics. Then, what is the third one for?
General waste.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. That's clear.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's the one we are giving our PSP to come and carry for 2,000 naira. Urgent 2,000 naira. So I know how much we pay the 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 naira. We just give them 2,000 naira worth of waste. Bye. That's what you deserve. And that's it. The other waste, we are making money.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay, we have another person, Prince, but please hold on. Before you ask your questions, just want to remind us that we are yet to claim our attendance. So please don't leave the group, don't leave the call yet. You have to fill your attendance. We'll be sharing the link shortly after the questions. Yeah, sure. I think the link is live. So feel free your attendance, as these attendance to determine giving you your certificate at the end of the program. So please, low attendance will not allow you to get your certificate for the program. So Timothy, over to you. Please unmute yourself just and ask your question. 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mrs. Doctor, thank you so much for the session. It was really insightful, I must say. And here,
thank you.
I'm currently in Enugu State, and I see some waste programs that are being developed, like Plug in Nigeria. Occasionally, they go around the state, taking waste and then recycling it, reusing it. But I think that another very important problem we're having here in Southeast Enugu State is the problem of waste segregation. Like you said, you do it in your home, and this education needs to go around. People need to be taught and see the need to separate their waste. But after the separation of this waste, at the point of waste production and then waste disposal, there's a huge gap there. There's a huge gap. When people see me segregating this waste, I don't know that you say that are in Lagos State. If such systems are also here in the southeast, in Enugu State, that can help transport this waste from the point of production to point of disposal. Because people also here also want to earn. They want to see how they can segregate their waste, have people come pick them up, give them stipends, no matter how small it is. And it's a way of it's an incentive to them. It would help them also teach them of the advantages of waste segregation and then waste disposal. I don't know if there's any system in place for Southeasterners. Thank you very much.
So we need to all learn. That's what I'm going to say. So you mentioned Plug in Nigeria. Have you ever volunteered before? Are you a plugger?
Yes, I'm a plugger, and I'm also an educlamer, education and climate and environmental sustainability. So we move around, and then we take care of these waste. Yeah.
So what's your question?
Yeah, the question.
What's the question again?
Yes, you said people come around and then take this waste and then give stipends. They're like established bodies, the structured bodies that do these things. Go
Okay,
around.
you mean you don't have that in Enugu?
Yes, we don't have
Sorry to
that.
cut you. Okay.
So
So
it
this
will
is
be
something that
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It would be nice if we have something like this because it will go a long way towards educating people about waste segregation and disposal.
Yeah, it will. And we, like I told Abdul Hadi the last time, it starts with you. We need to for a structure to come, or for us to be for what is happening in Lagos to happen in Enugu, there has to be some sort of you have to be ready. What I mean ready is your government ready? Are you ready? Are the communities ready? So everybody just love the fact that, hey, he's working in Lagos, he's doing well and all. Oh, I mean, so I'd like to do this. So, but are you ready? Are you sure you are ready? Now that falls on your plate right now, Prince. It falls on your table. You need to begin to do, great work to ensure and show people out there. Remember what I said: educate, advocate. If you are in Enugu and you have not joined, or I don't know, there are some groups maybe online or something that you're telling people about what you're doing in your own house, then you escalate to what you are doing in our own streets, escalate to what you are doing in our own estate, escalate to what you are doing in our own community, in our own local government. People are not going to hear you. They're not going to see you. They will just say, oh, nice and dandy. Oh, well done. Oh, that's how you guys greet. So, but then, if you are able to bring it to their fore and say, guys, we need this thing because of A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And guys, this is what you can get in return. Everybody loves money. So show them the money part, but they have to do the work part as well. It starts with you. And I said, very easy peasy. Start in your schools. Go to schools, get an approval from the Ministry of Education. Are actually walking the talk. Put it on social media. The first person that will see it is Ministry of Education, because you need to do the report. Before you know it, Ministry of Education will say, how can we support? Can we talk to Pick Milk so that they can support you, so that we can go to 10 more schools? Can you do 20 more schools? Look at, for an example again, I will give is Faith International Foundation. Just this yesterday, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Education sent me a message and said, sis, I want to talk to you whenever you have the time. So I forgot. But after work yesterday, I remembered and I said, oh, let me send a message. And she said, oh, I'm busy now. Can you call me back later? I will call you back later. But she didn't call me. So today, when I was going out, I called her and I said, Auntie, you said you wanted to speak to me. What's up? And then she told me that, oh, you know what you did with us last year across all our schools on the island? We would like to do that again. I mean, what else am I looking for? It is because you have proven track record. So some of our young people will do something when they're tired. They want soft life. Who says I don't want soft life too? Well, you can't get a soft life without working hard. You have to work hard first for you to get your soft life. Dangote is not having soft life today because he didn't work hard. You can reference him as the richest man in Africa today. Why? He had sleepless nights. He worked hard. And so many other people that worked hard. So that is what I want our young people today to learn. Work hard, study hard, burn the candlelight, and come and have your soft life. By that time, everybody would not know that many years ago you were burning candles. When you are not living your soft life, they cannot envy you because God is with you. So the first thing is do your own research, work, don't be afraid. Go to the Ministry of Environment, they will not bite you. The last thing they will say is no, or the worst thing that they can ever say is no, we don't want you. But you need to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Oprah Winfrey today was rejected many times. Kentucky Fried Chicken founder was rejected many times. In fact, he began to become a billionaire when he was over 60 years old. But that's not your portion. But I'm just saying, talking about tenacity, dedication, commitment, right? So you need to keep knocking on those doors, knocking on it. They say no, cry in your room. But tomorrow morning, wear your jacket again, go there again. They say no, come to the room, cry. But tomorrow morning, be motivated to go back again and do the work. So by the time you have done all of these things, I'm sure that you'll be recognized and things will begin to move. But with collaboration, we can begin a collaborative system immediately if you have prepared. That's why you have to be prepared anyway. So I can't say I want to collaborate with you and you don't have anybody, you don't have community to talk to, you don't have school that wants to come and meet. What community have you spoken to right now that is ready for a recycle exchange? Do you have a community right now in Enugu that is already sensitized? That if I say, okay, today I want to talk to Coca-Cola Foundation in Atlanta, please take it to Enugu, let them want to recycle the Enugu. Do you have that community, Prince?
Yes, ma. We are not so large, but like you said, collaborations. There are different bodies here that can come together to achieve something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
I can speak to bodies. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So that's a very good step in the right direction, and then we can take it up from there.
Okay.
So you're ready. It is ready. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So we have to run right now. I think this class has exceeded the 1 hour due to the engaging and how interesting it is. And just a quick one about our Monday class. So we're having another season on Monday. The expert speaker will be leading us overview of the UN SDGs, right? We're talking about climate justice and policies, which is a global and African perspective. We're looking at key challenges and barriers facing implementing climate adaptation policies and how these challenges can be overcome. So come on Monday for an interesting lecture, just like this, what we have today. So, okay, so with today's class, I don't know if anyone can drop a words of wisdom just to people. If anyone can drop a words of wisdom, a take home what we can go on with, you can drop a message, then we can end the class. Words of wisdom, what are we going home with? What do we reflect on throughout the end of the week? What should be on our mind? What should we live with? Okay, there's so many words of wisdom based on this topic, so please unmute your mic and speak. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
How come nobody's talking?
All right, ma'am. I would like to share one.
Okay.
So it says every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. That is just it. We just need to try. Even though it's not going to work well, even if it's going to work well, we don't know tomorrow. But when we try, then we can decide probably we've accomplished it or not. Thanks so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Bukumi. Any other person? Two more people to go.
Okay, I would say any day, anytime, where to choose a circular economy over linear economy. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prince. Any other person before we say goodbye for today's class? One other, any lady in the house, please. Please save me one person, one more person, then we call it off.
I'll say, in conclusion, it begins with baby steps towards moving to a circular economy. We don't have to really do anything large at this point, but just like in our house and in our surroundings, if we can start with using 3 bins and giving less money to the government for taking away our trash that we can always recycle, that will go a long way.
Yeah, sure. It begins with a baby step. You don't have to do much. It begins with a baby step. That is a nice one. So thank you everyone for joining today's class, and we are very happy to have you on seat today. Thank you, Mrs. Temitope. I truly appreciate you, ma. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation in short notice. Because I know when I wrote to you, I didn't like, it wasn't like a month or 2 months before now, but you kind of gave me your word that you're gonna attend and you like what we are doing. Thank you so much, ma. I truly appreciate your time and for being here today. So thank you everyone. Do have a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday, same time.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks, everyone. Don't
Thank
forget
you,
to
ma.
get to that comment to my LinkedIn channel. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, assignment